Basement Bookers Podcast.
What's up? It's your boys, BasementJer, Basement Bookers Podcast. I haven't been drinking. I don't drink. This is Rich the Riz here, Basement Bookers. Are you gonna say it?
Champion.
Just like Damian Priest, you can't do anything yourself, and that's apropos. So much like Damian Priest, who can't do anything for himself, unlike me, who hasn't done anything for himself and has become champion. And once again, WWE just rise up against me because there's only one God King on this, and they've just discriminated against me. And they've had this piece of garbage that I can't stand to look at. This piece of trash. I want everybody to look at this piece of trash. This is what you get for fudging with me. This is what you get for fudging with my championship.
That is the Second City Saint.
He could go fudging himself. He could fudge himself. Of course, you won't know what I actually said because I had to take it out. Because you get in trouble if you say certain things.
The YouTube
But
gods.
I didn't know fudge was a bad word. So fudge him and fudge you too. If if you got a problem with that, okay.
Got two words for you.
I'm fudging to fudge a mother fudger, okay? And this isn't going to be a family-friendly episode of the Basement Bookers Podcast.
You're quite the curfudgeon today, aren't you?
You're gonna be fudged. Everyone's gonna be fudged by the time this is over.
I love myself. I love myself a good fudge episode.
You're just fudging around, man. I'm getting sick and tired of the fudgery that occurs on this podcast. I will not tolerate. I will no longer tolerate your fudgery. That's enough. That's enough. The fudge stops here with me. Okay? It stops here with me. It ends here and no further. Now, this is a wrestling podcast, and today we're going to talk about not really wrestling. It's not wrestling. I don't know what you want to call it. We're going to talk about everybody's favorite subject, Spookyween, because Spookyween has come early. That is Halloween and spooky together. And you can't spell Spookyween without Bo Howdy. Bo Howdy and these people here, you can see them respectively with their personas. Of course, only a fool wouldn't have been able to figure this out after a day. But the sleuths it's in the eyes. You see, they're like a doll's eyes. There's no soul. Bo Dallas, Nikki Cross, Eric Rowan, Redbeard, whatever he wants to call himself, Joe Gay, and of course Dexter Loomis, fresh with beard. And they're there, and they committed, well, not all of them, a heinous assault on Gorilla, claiming one superstar's life. Chad Gable, may he rest in peace. I'm sorry, what was that? Who is now cleared for Monday Night Raw. So,
I think the New Day had a hand in that.
Of what, hurting him?
No. Save the Gable. Save the Gable. Remember that?
The power of prayer doesn't work here.
The power of positivity does, though.
Only demons and whatever this shit is going to be. I would love to see what the repercussions are going to be here, because should there even be repercussions? I mean, Braun Breaker doesn't give even so much of a fine for attempted murder. Like Brock Lesnar, they'll find him all day. Literally nothing happened to Braun Breaker on Monday. Nothing. It was a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
So unless Braun Breaker has an attorney that's like, that mother fudging dead, he was on speed, then I don't know what to tell you
I
here.
think I just think Adam Pearce has his hands full at the moment.
Adam Pearce is an incompetent stooge. And he once again proved that on Sunday. So everything that happened to Phil Brooks is on Phil Brooks. And that incompetent stooge Pierce, because he had an opportunity to make things right and he didn't. So he's lucky. He's lucky that this happened on Friday, because Nick Aldis is lucky that Drew McIntyre didn't headbutt his head into his throat. He's lucky. CM Punk is lucky, because if it were up to me, he would never wrestle again. If anything, I think Drew McIntyre went too light. It was too light. He needed to give him 6 more lumps. He needed to throw CM Punk into a hair clipper. Okay, that's what he needed to do, because of what he did on Sunday to those Scottish people. And let me tell you what, the next Clash at the Castle at probably 2028, when that happens, and once again Drew McIntyre is screwed, God help everybody. But we
I
weren't
think
about
I think Drew did it to himself. He let himself get distracted in the middle of a match. He took his focus off of his opponent.
you're an asshole.
Now,
The
yes,
referee, he came in there disguised as a referee.
yes, he did.
What else was he supposed to do? What else was he supposed to do?
Say, hey, are you the
It's
new special
obvious
guest
CM Punk
referee?
was going to attack him. He didn't do the pin. You think if Drew just ignored him, CM Punk's not going to attack him anyway?
We'll never know. Drew put
No,
his
I
hands
do
up on
know,
first.
because CM Punk is garbage. He's a garbage person. He came in here knowing full well what he's going to do, because he's a frail, brittle man, and he couldn't get the job done at the Royal Rumble. That's why Drew McIntyre had to just teach him a lesson. Okay? He inserted himself in there. He came out there. He didn't count the pin, which if he did, would that be legal just because he has a referee shirt?
Now,
How
if he
come
was at,
nobody can just have a referee shirt?
well, we saw on social media he had Jessica Carr get one for him. We don't know if
What
he
does that
was in
mean?
there.
What does that mean?
That he sanctioned.
What does that mean?
A referee hands someone a referee shirt to clearly do referee things. He's sanctioned.
No,
Now,
he's not.
now
She
are
does. No. Hold on a second. Under what authority? What is this? Like a vampire? Like a vampire because a referee gives you a referee shirt? You're now the referee? No. How about she takes her lazy ass and runs it down to the fudging ring and do the job? Why does she give? She's complicit now. She's complicit.
okay?
She did this. So
Mhm.
I hope Drew McIntyre, if you're watching, you need to get her next.
Mm.
You need to get her next, because if women can do anything a man can do, then she could get that Claymore kick, okay? She could get that Claymore kick, okay? Because she's proven that as a referee in the professional wrestling business, she could get that Claymore, and then she could get that Claymore. So, Drew, give that Claymore that she's been asking for. She's been asking for it because she's asking it. She wants it. If she, anything a referee can do, it's free reign. It's free reign. So mixed match classic, be damned. Equality. I'm equitable. I'm equating this. So Let's go. This is it. She asked for it. And now that we have all the information, it's on her as much as it on CM Punk. So if I was her, I start apologizing. I start apologizing real quick.
Well, hot start, eh? I'm just saying, right? Now, if Punk is in there, let's assume Punk went in there as in the capacity of an actual referee. He had a better view of the shoulders than we did. Maybe a shoulder was up, and that was why he stopped.
No, they weren't. We saw them. They were both flat on the ground.
We're not trained officials.
I'm not a trained official, but my eyes work. See, of course, don't believe your eyes. Don't believe your eyes. It's not the truth. Next thing you know, you're just going to throw around things calling me some kind of anti-referee guy because I use my eyes. Okay? Not all referees, but that referee in particular. Okay? We saw with our own eyes that his shoulders were on the mat. We saw with our own eyes. A referee that wasn't in it to destroy a man's life. Because that's what CM Punk is there to do. He was there to destroy a man's life. He said he was out there to get Drew McIntyre. And what did he do? He got Drew McIntyre because that's what he's always want to do. Jessica Carr, Claymore kick.
It did seem to me like Priest's shoulders were down.
It seemed to you and
For three.
everybody else with working eyes. You know, aside from our listeners that obviously can't see, which is why they're listening, is they were down. Okay, he did no.
Punk was ribbing him. He's like, "Oh, I'm not a real ref. Sorry."
You think this is a game? CM Punk thought this was a game, and now
Drew
what?
McIntyre got distracted.
He didn't get distracted.
He turned from his opponent to Punk.
Because the referee was compromised. He wasn't going to have a fair. Was he going to leave him alone and then let what? What's your end game? Priest just, he gets up and they have a regular match and Punk's not going to just let him take liberties with him? What are you talking about?
I'm just playing devil's
advocate. He's just going to call it down the middle? Is that it? What are you even saying?
I'm having fun with the storyline. I gotta say,
it's not a fun storyline. It's a disgusting storyline.
But Punk, we saw he got his.
Yeah, and you're gonna get yours. You're gonna get yours because let me tell you something. Drew McIntyre knows now. You're gonna get yours too. So you, Jessica Carr, you're both getting Claymore kicked. I know that you're trying to reach your claws around to anyone that can help you, and you went. It's kind of disgusting, really. You
Just
went to the one person.
Make sure everything's locked.
The one person that you would never go to help. You went to CM Punk, and I hope you know that we're all just disappointed in you. Okay, but that's fine. You can carry around your ill-gotten gains. You could be like Damian Priest and claim victory, even though you know in your heart, and I know in my heart that this was wrong, and it was a wrong thing. It was a bad thing that did happen that then. Let me tell you something about that. And I just did tell you something about that, so I don't need to tell you something about that. You've heard the last 15 minutes, and you know what I'm telling you about. What I told you about is good. And now we're going to move on to something else that I'm going to tell you about. We had to finish talking about these murderous degenerates. What's your plan here? Why do this? You're coming in hot because now you're going to have these nerds, these IWC nerds, wonder why they don't have all the belts. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it's one thing to have The Undertaker. It's one thing to have The Fiend, but now you have a stable of fiends. Like, who can even stand against that? Like, they were able to slaughter Gorilla without anybody hearing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nothing. Just literally nothing. And poor Chad Gable, who had nothing to do with any of this that we know of.
He nearly lost his life, if not for the New Day.
He did, though. He did lose his life. And then they had to get the Dragon Balls and wish him back to life. And now he's back. And with what purpose? Why? Why do this? Why do this?
So there's a pattern in everyone that was attacked. The people that were attacked, by the way, were, I don't have the list here in front of me. Chad Gable, Triple H, Braun Strowman, Carmelo Hayes,
No,
Gunther.
no. The only person that was confirmed attacked was Chad Gable by WWE. Everyone
Okay.
else was just an extra. They were not those people. You can't spread fake news, buddy.
Okay. All right.
I
So
saw that going around too. What the fuck is Carmelo doing at Monday Night Raw Gorilla? He's a SmackDown superstar. What are you talking about?
that's a good question.
The
Probably
only
for
confirmed is
WWE
Chad
feed.
Gable. No one else.
Gable is the focus.
Yeah,
And
but I don't think those are other people. Like they would have said their names officially, but they didn't. This is all conjecture.
that is a good point. I mean, like Braun was obvious, and so was Carmelo Hayes.
But they weren't. I
You're
keep
right.
trying to tell
I
you
know
it's
they
not
weren't
them.
acknowledged. They weren't acknowledged, so it's not about them. However, they are rather blatant people to use as extras.
I'm telling you, buddy, don't fall for this stuff, man.
I'm not.
Because
So I'm focused on Gable.
where does it put, like, especially the people Gunter?
Mhm.
What purpose would that serve? Why would you want him anywhere near that?
You're right. Watching it back, looking more closely, looking more intently, pausing, slowing it down. Maybe Braun, none of the rest. Gable clearly was the focus. Now, there was a message, I don't remember where, that said that he stopped thanking. He stopped saying thank you. Obviously, he was the target. Why? I guess we'll find out.
So because Chad Gable stopped saying thank you,
Because he stopped saying, thank you.
maybe because he stopped being like Bo Dallas,
Mm,
maybe because he stopped being a positive person. I don't know.
could be, could be.
I can't believe I wasted so much time trying to fucking explain to you that shit's not real.
So, okay, like when you're watching video, it's a little dark. They obviously wanted people to think.
I watched the same fudging video though.
I know you did.
You sounded like a flat earther. It's in the pictures.
I did not
I
sound as
saw the
bad.
video.
I did not sound as bad as a flat earther.
I saw the documents. We have the documents.
Whatever that means.
Oh my god.
I have a document. It's my favorite document ever. That's a whole separate story.
Bill of Rights.
It's sort of a Bill of Rights effective.
It's up there.
Effective April 18th, 2024. But like I said, completely different story.
The Bill of Rights is a pretty impressive document, I gotta
It
say.
is. It is. It is. I appreciate that too.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, before we got derailed by you, mainly me, yelling at you, I don't remember where we were.
So
But
we're talking about the Wyatts. One thing I noticed. So I went to the Wyatt Sick Twitter, which is still Wyndham's account, Bray Wyatt's account. Obviously, it's been inactive, but someone is still doing stuff with it, not posting, but like in the title, you can put like a little bio or whatever. It says something, I don't remember what. I should have posted it. But there's that red circle, and we saw the red circle on Rowan's mallet. There's the red circle on Gacy's the pig nose, and the red circle is also on Uncle Howdy's top hat on the very top.
So what does the circle mean? Time is a flat circle. Um, Pizza is a flat
Mm,
circle. I'd imagine they all like pizza. I think that's the one thing that unifies everybody together in this. It's the whole pie, which is also in many cultures the whole picture, as it were. And there's a radius, and there's also circumference
hmm
and diameter.
That's right.
It's about pizza.
Pi r squared. Maybe they're going to resurrect the concept for that Hulk Hogan pizzeria restaurant.
Why would you say something like that? Like, we're talking about deep things that actually mean something.
You're right.
And then you're just going to go and hear some obscure Hulk Hogan knowledge that you only seem to have. Would you
Every
buy his book of
WCW fan
lies?
knows it.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something, brother. The 370 days of the year, the Hulkster is out there defending the championship. Because if you fly back and forth or something, that
Mhm.
messes up dates or something, as he's known to do.
That's
So,
right. We used to
um,
work 400 days a year, brother.
yeah. So yeah, look, you all came here and you said, what did the basement bookers think about this Wyatt 6 6 6 6 5? Um, there's 5 of them.
hmm
Um, I don't
There are
think
5 of
anything
them.
right now.
Mhm.
I think it's some spooky stuff, and I guess it depends on what's the first thing, you know, like, is it with Gable and them? Gable's alone now. Otis broke away from him.
Mhm.
I don't know. What are their power sets? Like, since they were able to do this, was it because they had weaponry and they just surprised them? Are they just people with weaknesses? Is Nikki Cross a wrestler, or is she Nikki Cross in a dress? Is she like, what is she? What does that mean? Is she like the Sister Abigail puppet? Is she, a vessel for that? Is Joe Gacy a vessel for Huskus the pig boy? Is, Eric Redbeard Rambling Rabbit? Is Mercy the vulture? Is that, you know, Dexter Loomis? Is he gonna be that guy? What's going on here?
Well, we
These
do
are
have a
all
lot of
questions.
questions. Yeah. So we had the attack. We have now more questions. There when they replayed it on SmackDown, they added some verbiage into the video. I wrote it down here. It says, "The door is open. Do you want to meet him? And you shall all behold what we have become. You will understand that all we ever wanted was a chance. I set them free."
So basically, you guys could get over, but now, let these puppets take your bodies and they'll get over, brother.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
seems to be.
All right. So Nikki Cross is no longer alive. And like her body's been inhabited. Is that what
Mhm.
we're doing for everybody?
Yes, by
Is
Abby the Witch or Sister Abigail.
is Bo Dallas not Bo Dallas? Is he Uncle Howdy now? Is he
think
like, or is he still, in there? What is?
think he's just Uncle Howdy.
Yeah. Well, howdy doody time. Um, Solo Sokoa has been unfollowed on Instagram by the tribal chief. So
Wow.
that means that Roman Reigns picked up his Twitter. I mean, his Instagram. So that means we got motion here. Something's going on. The tribal chief has moved, so we don't know where to. We don't know when, how, but it's coming. And what has came is these Samoans.
Mm.
Now you could see here, zoomed in. I don't know if the MFT, if he's like okay with what's going on here, because it looks like he's like shocked to see that Jacob Fatu, who we knew was coming, is there.
Hmm.
But I don't know if brother MFT, if he's also like, oh, hey, or is he just about to get into position, you know? So
No,
there's a lot here.
he's looking a little shook. Like, is this what we're doing now?
So what does that mean? Does that mean that Jacob Fatu is a scarier human being than them? Or the fact that he's like more closer in blood, that they're like, oh no, our position now, instead of it's just two of us and one of him, it's 2 and 2. Might be harder for us to take over this whole thing,
No,
you know?
I think it's that that Jacob Fatu is scarier than them.
Do you think he's scarier than them? I think he's scarier than Solo.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are scarier than Solo at the moment. As far
He looks
as
more Samoan than Solo. That could be
yeah,
believed.
yeah. Solo should talk less, but
That's the whole thing. He, he
yeah,
he thinks he's the tribal chief. He has to talk, right?
I guess so. He was definitely a lot more intimidating when he wouldn't speak. Jacob Fatu is a scary, scary dude. Is Tamatanga less scary than him? We see more of Tamatanga. Um, so I think that the jury's still out on that a bit, but it's close. It's close. They both have the crazy eyes.
Wow. I was hoping you'd have more than that for this segment here. The- this is the bloodline, Rich. You love the bloodline,
I do
don't
love
you?
the bloodline.
Don't you love them? I thought,
It's literally our first introduction to Jacob Fatu. He made an impact. He definitely made an impact. He took out Cody and KO and Randy Orton,
so what
essentially.
does this mean? Are we now on our way to Solo versus Cody?
I think we're
'Cause-
on a I think that's coming up. It's gonna be Solo versus Cody. They're definitely warming up Roman and Roman's bloodline versus Solo and Solo's bloodline.
so what about Money in the Bank? Now we got Damian Priest versus the Seth Rollins who's returned.
Hmm.
But we'll see how Damian Priest wins that match without by himself. We'll see how that happens.
Hmm.
We'll see that. We'll see that the Yeet Master is the only person to enter Money in the Bank. That's a man.
Hmm.
Um, it looks like people are saying it's going to be Jay, but I'd have to see the field. I'm thinking Chelsea Green might win the women's Money in the Bank because she's
Mm.
the least likely to win a championship without one.
And she is that kind of heel character that kind of like similar to how Carmella was when she won Money in the Bank 2 weeks in a row.
Well, Piper Niven could, if she was smart, she would help Chelsea win
Hmm.
the Money in the Bank briefcase if she's not in it,
Yep.
and then help her win the belt,
Hmm.
and then just lie in wait and then just smash Chelsea Green. Like, just
Yep.
get that title shot and just beat her ass.
Hmm.
That's a
Like
long way.
sick of carrying that dead weight.
Yeah, because you figure she holds like if SummerSlam Nia Jax versus Bailey and somehow Bailey beats Nia Jax,
Hmm.
and then you have Chelsea Green cash in on Bailey
Hmm.
with Piper's help, and then Chelsea has the belt. And then it'll be like, well, how long do you think you're going to keep this thing with, Piper over there? You think she's going to let you keep it?
Mm.
And then it's like, no, she's my sister and stuff like that. And, they're going to be, hashtag all women together. We're doing it ourselves, guys.
Kind of crazy that July 6th is Money in the Bank. We got 3 matches announced there, and SummerSlam is a month out from that, August 3rd, and we already have one match definitively set, Bailey versus Nia, and it's going to be either Priest or Seth versus Gunther.
Wow. That all depends on what in the Money in the Bank ladder match is also.
That too. Everything can change. I love Money in the Bank. It makes everything so unpredictable. It's fun. It's a lot of fun to watch. We know that I don't love wrestling when it's super predictable.
What if Chelsea and Jay win? We already know the winners. Like, they're just the winners. Like, how long would Jay hold it? When would he cash in? That's the one that's a little bit crazy. Like, you could cash in on Solo, but Solo would have to beat Cody.
I feel like he would announce it in advance.
That's so lame.
I know,
get it.
I know,
It
but
sucks.
he's that kind of face. That's why I don't like faces winning Money in the Bank unless they turn heel sometime in the middle, which they haven't really done yet.
Well, at least we know CM Punk's not going to be in Money in the Bank, so that's something.
Yeah, I did this.
That could be
gotta
why
be
Drew beat him up.
Yeah, there's got to be a match coming up.
It's got to be Drew McIntyre, CM Punk at SummerSlam. I don't think they do it at Money in the Bank. You want to do this at SummerSlam. I think.
So does Drew not have a match at Money in the Bank? Is he still not
I thought
employed
he
by
quit.
WWE?
I don't know. I need to know if he's working there or not.
We saw him walk with Pierce to his office. We don't know if they came to an agreement or not.
Well, we don't, which is why I said I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think so. I don't think you reward the guy after what he did. Like, he would have to get a qualifier match. Now you're just saying, even though, Braun Breaker is going to be able to get a title match after killing Ricochet. So I don't know what to think anymore.
A lot of deaths lately in the E.
I mean, look, Ricochet's going to be gone for an undisclosed amount of time, I'm being told. So, that could mean anything, really. So I'm going to just go with reviewing Clash at the Castle. What did we... I'm not laughing at the match. Bailey, of course, won using Piper Niven's momentum against her, which is like, how else are you supposed to beat her?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Piper is an absolute powerhouse and a little outsmarting. Great spot with Chelsea coming back with the luchador mask.
What are you talking about?
Was that the previous?
Chelsea didn't come
Oh, I'm
back.
sorry. So you're right. Someone came out with a luchador mask after Chelsea got ejected.
Yeah.
You're correct. I apologize.
Look, we already
Yet
had
another
you spreading
right.
fake news at the beginning. Now you want to spread more fake news.
Yet another false assumption on my part. Hey, can you make me an appointment with an eye doctor, please? Thank you.
You need an appointment with every doctor.
I know. I think I need specs.
Yeah,
Gotta fix
get it together, bro. Get it together. Getting it together for next Wikipedia. Look, we knew it. Chad Gable wasn't winning shit.
Right.
All right. It was gonna be Sami Zayn, who looks like he's got he might be facing off against Braun Breaker, and unless it's a disqualification, I don't know. I just don't know.
DQ, count out, double count out, something like that. It's. I don't think it's going to go more than one match. I think.
Yeah, maybe. But what's not gonna go more than one match? Thank God.
Mm.
AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes. Now, AJ Styles is no quitter. But if you were to take steel steps and just threaten him with them, he's gonna quit. And then Cody could hit him afterwards anyway.
I just realized what that is a parallel to.
Okay.
The I Quit match between Cena and JBL when they were on top of the truck, like a semi, and Cena had like the exhaust pipe, the vertical exhaust pipe from the semi, and he was about to hit JBL with it. JBL was on the edge, and JBL was like, "All right, I quit." And then Cena's like, "Yeah, I won." And JBL was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And Cena threw it at him anyway.
That's so fucked up. You're not John Cena, Cody. You can't just do these things.
Nope.
And AJ Styles, he's not a rage quitter, but when he does.
Come on! AJ. AJ, I think you're done.
So yeah, AJ Styles loves video games.
Mm.
And I wonder if they did that quit angle for because he's a rage quitter. Like.
Well, how long ago was that shot?
Well, it's for the most recent 2K game, so whenever that happened.
Cool. So maybe, definitely could be.
Maybe, but I would be remiss if we didn't talk about Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry showed up on NXT and he lost. He was the first one eliminated, but he went viral anyway. His video, got mad hits on YouTube, and we've seen Joe Hendry actually before in WWE. And you might remember him from this segment.
The Kremlin is overjoyed with your heroic progress in America and here in the United Kingdom.
That's Joe Hendry.
Wow.
Had to, because copyright strikes. But yeah, that's Joe Hendry. He was the ambassador or something. It's like the Bulgarian Medal of Bravery, I think they were doing there, whatever it was. But yeah.
Awesome. Multi-talented. Say his name
back.
and he appears.
Yeah, he's back. The winner was the only other person to have intro music in that, and it's the fast fella. He's going to be facing off against Trick Williams at Heatwave.
The young OG, Javon Evans.
You can't be a young and an OG. It doesn't make any sense.
He is an oxymoron.
Well, that's not very nice, and I hope he fucks you up too. And you know what? I hope he fudges you up real good. Isn't that right, MFT? Right after he fudges you up, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna.
Do not want.
You don't want him to fudge you, bro.
Do not want.
Careful, because he might fudge Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, he had Punk to take it with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't think Solo was gonna see that shit. And I thought they were gonna have a word. Did they have a word later?
No, they didn't. So I guess that's coming next week. Because Heyman talked to him in Gorilla, just let him know that he did what he asked. That was it.
Yeah. Well, we got to go back and finish reviewing Clash at the Castle.
Right.
I thought the Cody AJ match was fine, but my finish wasn't as good. I just thought AJ would just get tired because Cody wouldn't quit. but he got afraid of stairs
Afraid of
and,
stairs.
travels halfway around the world to spite somebody. But, when it comes to stairs, nope, right out. All right.
Who's
Um,
writing this shit?
surprisingly, this was the match that I knew that everything was going to change for the worse. And it was here that the Isla Dawn and Alba Fire here got the belts because Scotland. And, really the only way you could beat Jade Cargill and uh, Bianca Belair as a team is in a multi-lady match.
Yeah, it protects them. Who was pinned? It was Shayna.
I'm pretty sure it might have been Zoe Stark.
Shayna was pinned. Sorry.
Well, Shayna Baszler wrestled a match earlier in the week. She
Yep.
had her bell rung, so maybe she wasn't quite recovered into her senses, and she lost the game.
Mm-hmm. But you know what?
And yeah,
If Sonya wants to be their manager, this could be a good time to knock on the door, be like, "Hey, ladies, so you don't got the titles. Do you want some help?"
join Monday Night Raw Top Team. We're here to help.
There you go.
What they would say there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe that's what's gonna happen, and that's how Raw Top Team gets the belts. Uh, Bianca Belair didn't qualify for Money in the Bank, but maybe Jade Cargill will qualify for Money in the Bank.
Mhm.
I don't know about that. Like in a ladder match, that's an interesting test.
It is.
I don't know. I don't know if it might be the best way to highlight her strengths.
Probably her power and height, but that's about it.
Yep. Main event.
El Campeón.
Yeah, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Damian Priest still can't win by himself. I'd appreciate some representation of people who could win by themselves, please. Just one, and I think that might be the match. I think it might be one going against Seth. If he could beat Seth Rollins clean, then that's something at least.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it's like, what are we doing here?
Yep. I get it. Like, the champ should have some clean wins. I said last week, this is clearly just what they're doing with Priest. You know what? I don't think this will be his only run as world champ. Triple H seems to really like him a lot. I like him a lot. I think a lot of fans like him a lot. He deserves to be booked better. Right now, part of a faction, this is what they're doing. So we'll live with it until the faction ends and Priest is on his own again.
Well, we already talked about the finish. No need to dig up old corpses. Except for right now. I
Chad
just
Gable.
want everybody to
Okay.
look at CM Punk there. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. See if you can see here. YouTube, don't get mad. Because that's hot dog. Like he had a hot dog in his mouth with so much ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was Drew just palm striked. He
Mm-hmm.
strike the hot dog into Phil's mouth, and then there was this ketchup all over. And because he couldn't breathe, he couldn't fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Drew got the drop on him. I'm just picturing in my mind. I can't wait until like cartoons can be made from me speaking into a microphone. It's just CM Punk at his stupid favorite Chicago hot dog stand that just happens to be right outside of the arena.
Mm-hmm.
And then Drew just walks up to him right behind him, all jacked with his tank top. And he's just fuming and like just steam is just coming. And then Phil's like, wow, this is a hot dog. He thinks
Hmm.
it's that. And then he just puts it in his mouth. And then Drew just like, and then just like palm strikes that into his mouth, and he's just got a mouthful of hot dog, and it's all ketchup, and that's it. And it was over from there. There's nothing he can do.
Yeah, sounds right.
I don't repeat any times.
As I understand it, unreleased security footage from the area has that on tape.
And what's crazy is that CM Punk was able to drive home.
Yeah.
Literally drive home because there's pictures, people waiting for people.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in his car. He just leaves you. So he was good. He was fine. He didn't need to be on a stretcher or anything. He's good.
So the ambulance drove him to his car.
Yeah, that's what they did. They drove him to his car. It's like, you're all right. All we had to do was clean off the ketchup. I don't know what the big deal is. It just looks worse than it was.
Yeah, we always have extra napkins in here.
Yeah, it's important. It's a part of triage to have napkins there. All righty. Well, that was Clash at the Castle. Boy, what a contest.
New campeon?
Yeah, we know. We know that you're the champion. All right, we fucking know. Even though the only way we know is by looking at that C. Because where's your belt?
It's up above my camera.
Oh, you know what? I don't think there is one actually. It may have slipped my mind. My memory might not be as good as it used to be. But that's okay. We're all champions in our hearts. I mean, maybe not me currently, but
as I understand, you're still the WFC champion, rightfully deserved.
Shut the fuck up, all right?
Well earned.
Fuck you, man. You know what? You're gonna get fudged so hard.
Oh.
Just wait, you're gonna get fudged. And I'm gonna make sure you get fudged. All I gotta do is send a message, and you can get fudged. Just know that BasementJer has eyes everywhere, and fudgers everywhere too. So you better watch your back. You better watch your back.
Do you know Vince?
No, I disavow. I disavow.
Okay.
I disavow.
You have other fudgers.
Nice try to get me canceled. Nice try. Oh, that's right. It's not enough to take what's mine with help from your straight edge douche canoe of a friend. It's not enough. You want to cancel me? You want to cancel BasementJer? You don't have enough. Okay? You don't have enough, baby. The boxes in our check, brother. I ain't going anywhere. Let me tell you something.
Apparently I need some personal fudgers.
Listen, we're not even going to talk about what that may or may not be. It's for the world to guess and know and not know. But now it's time to go, Rich Derez. I think we got to get out of here because I didn't forget anything. I talked about everything I wanted to.
We got all of it. So, socials are in the Patreon, which is down below. Let us know what you thought about the Wyatt Sick Clash at the Castle. Heyman asks for CM Punk to take him with him, and CM Punk getting laid out. Rest in peace, Chad Gable, until you are thankfully cleared.
What are you talking about? He's cleared.
Cleared from death. Awesome. Thank you to the power positivity of the New Day. Save the Gable. Save the Gable. And Jer's got a party message.
It wasn't Braun Strowman. It wasn't Carmelo Hayes. And the idiots out there, oh, did you see Cody? No, because he wasn't fucking there, you idiot. All right. Anyway, you all got work, and it's fine. And who knows? Maybe I got work. I didn't. Because it's only Chad Gable. Okay. Why? All right, I'm done. I'm done here. The match of life is scheduled for one fall. So make it count.
Do what the man says.
Follow the booker.